interest really began in ceramics when, after the first time I had thrown a pot, because I understood immediately that it wasn't easy, that it was going to take a lot of practice and a lot of time. And I just saw right from the beginning many years ahead of me of struggle basically and practice. And that was exciting. So that was kind of the main interest. Also, of course, the community in Santa Cruz of ceramics and all the other people that were into it, some of my friends being into it with me at the time, that was a big part of wanting to start and pursuing it. And now I've been doing it for about 6 years. And they say it takes 10 to 15 years to make a potter. So I'm just about halfway there. In the beginning, we purchased a ton of clay, a literal ton of 2,000 pounds of clay from our local ceramic supply store, Phoenix Ceramics. And it comes in 25-pound blocks, 25-pound bags of clay. We unwrap the clay from the plastic, and we use a wire tool to cut the clay into comfortable sizes, maybe between 5 to 10 pounds, and then we take those pieces and wedge them on a plaster wedging table that the clay doesn't stick to, because the plaster is porous and it soaks up some of the moisture of the clay. And the reason we wedge the clay is to align all the plates and the molecules in the clay, because when they come in the bags, they're just stiff. They've been pugged out of a square pug mill, and everything is just kind of stiff, and so by wedging the clay into a spiral, you're actually kneading like dough, like spiraling all the little molecules and plates of the clay into an like even formation to kind of get ready for what's going to be happening on the wheel. And then depending on what we're making, we just weigh the clay out into certain size balls, so that we use 1 pound of clay for a small mug with a handle, or 3 pounds for something like a bottle form. And then we throw it on the wheel. You center the clay on the potter's wheel, then there's a going inward to the clay, and then a pulling out and forming the bottom of the piece and strengthening what's going to be the bottom of the piece. And then from there, it's over on the side. We're putting pressure on the outside and actually getting underneath the hand on the inside of the pot, and lifting the walls of the pot, maybe within 3 or 4 or 5 passes, lifting and shaping and the walls and the form of the piece. So after the pot is thrown on the wheel, we set them aside for anywhere from a couple hours to a couple weeks, depending on the weather and the humidity. In the summertime, the pottery dries out faster and we're able to start decorating much quicker, but in the wintertime, we put things in a damp box and they last for weeks, and we can just slowly throw and build up more pottery and just slowly get around to the decoration process. After the pot is decorated and it fully dries and all the moisture is released from the piece, that's what we call bone dry, and then it goes into a bisque firing, which is a lower firing. Usually we fire around 1800 degrees. The pots come out of the bisque firing and they have a ting to them, but they're still porous. They still would soak in water, or water would actually still leach through the bisqued pot. Basically, the glazed materials are a bunch of ground up crystals and clays and minerals, just all creating these almost like a liquid crystal glass that you mix with water. What I love most about ceramics is the unpredictability and kind of the awe, the moment the kiln opens up, and just you never know what's going to happen. And I think that's probably the most intriguing thing about ceramics is that unpredictability. When you're painting on a canvas, you can see every color that you're putting on the canvas, and you can see, and depending on what you practice, you know how you move and how you flow and what your strokes look like. But with clay, everything is going through this intense transformational process in the kiln with heat and pressure and material and mineral and crystal reactions, and so it's just kind of, that will never get old. That's going to always be just the most awe-inspiring part of it. But then I guess on another side of it, is probably the people that it's connected me with. The ceramic community seems to be just open arms across the world. I mean, there's definitely like potters that keep to themselves, but it seems as if as it's just very open, like no matter where you go, there's gonna be like clay people that want to collaborate and share their ideas and share their glazes and share their process. And so I think also it would have to be the people that I've been able to meet and be around are also very inspiring. You can find my ceramic work and my friend's ceramic work in Santa Cruz at the downtown farmers market every Wednesday. We've just been offered a permanent position at the market on Wednesday downtown, so this year we'll probably be there every Wednesday. My email address is tomwatsonceramics@gmail.com, and you can find me on Instagram at Tombala, Tombhala.